the creation, 6th day. And on the 6th day, which is the eve of the Sabbath, Elohim formed man out of the dust, and Eve from his rib. And on the 7th day, Elohim rested from his labors, and it is called Sabbath. The creation of Adam. Now the formation of Adam took place in this wise. On the 6th day, which is the eve of the Sabbath, at the first hour of the day, when quietness was reigning over all the ranks and the host, Yahuwah said, Come ye, let us make man in our image, and according to our likeness. Now by this word, us, he makes known concerning the glorious persons. And when the angels heard this utterance, they fell into a state of fear and trembling. And they said to one another, A mighty miracle will be made manifest to us this day. That is to say, the likeness of Elohim, our Maker. And they saw the right hand of Elohim opened out flat and stretched out over the whole world. And all creatures were collected in the palm of his right hand. And they saw that he took from the whole mass of the earth 1 grain of dust, and from the whole nature of water 1 drop of water, and from all the air which is above 1 puff of wind, and from the whole nature of fire a little of its heat and warmth. And the angels saw that when these 4 inert materials were placed in the palm of his right hand, that is to say, cold and heat and dryness and moisture, Elohim formed Adam. Now, for what reason did Elohim make Adam out of these 4 materials, unless it were to show that everything which is in the world should be in subordination to him? Through them, he took a grain from the earth in order that everything in nature which is formed of earth should be subject unto him, and a drop of water in order, mysteries of heaven, that everything which is in the seas and rivers should be his, and a puff of air, so that all kinds which fly in the air might be given unto him, and the heat of fire, so that all the beings that are fiery in nature and the celestial hosts might be his helpers. Elohim formed Adam with his holy hands, in his own image and likeness. And when the angels saw Adam's glorious appearance, they were greatly moved by the beauty thereof. For they saw the image of his face burning with glorious splendor like the orb of the sun, and the light of his eyes was like the light of the sun, and the image of his body was like unto the sparkling of crystal. And when he rose at full length and stood upright in the center of the earth, he planted his 2 feet on that spot whereon was set up the cross of our Redeemer. For Adam was created in Jerusalem. There he was arrayed in the apparel of sovereignty, and there was the crown of glory set upon his head. There was he made king and priest and prophet. There did Elohim make him to sit up on his honorable throne. And there did Elohim give him dominion over all creatures and things, and all the wild beasts, and all the cattle, and the feathered fowl were gathered together. And they passed before Adam, and he assigned names to them, and they bowed their heads before him, and everything in nature worshipped him, and submitted themselves unto him. And the angels and the host of heaven heard the voice of Elohim saying unto him, Adam, behold, I have made thee king and priest and prophet and lord and head and governor of everything which hath been made and created. And they shall be in subjection unto thee, and they shall be thine. And I have given unto thee power over everything which I have created. And when the angels heard this speech, they all bowed the knee and worshipped him. The revolt of Satan and the battle in heaven. And when the prince of the lower order of angels saw what great majesty had been given unto Adam, he was jealous of him from that day, and he did not wish to worship him. And he said unto his host, Ye shall not worship him, and you shall not praise him with the angels. It is meet that you should worship me, because I am fire and spirit, and not that I should worship a thing of dust, which hath been fashioned of fine dust. And the rebel, meditating these things, would not render obedience to Elohim. And of his own free will he asserted his independence and separated himself from Elohim. But he was swept away out of heaven and fell, and the fall of himself and of all his company from heaven took place on the Saturna, because he turned aside, and Shida, because he was cast out, and Dawa, because he lost the apparel of his glory. And behold, from that time until the present day, he and all his hosts have been stripped of their apparel, and they go naked and have horrible faces. And when Satana was cast out of heaven, Adam was raised up so that he might ascend to paradise. In a chariot of fire. And the angels went before him singing praises. And the seraphim ascribed holiness unto him, and the cherubim ascribed blessing. And amid cries of joy and praises, Adam went into paradise. And as soon as Adam entered paradise, he was commanded not to eat of a certain tree. His entrance into heaven took place at the 3rd hour of the eve of the Sabbath. The making of Eve. And Elohim cast a sleep upon Adam, and he slept. And Elohim took a rib from the loins on the right side of Adam, and he made Kwawa, capital K-H-A-W-A, from it. And when Adam woke up and saw Eve, he rejoiced in her greatly. And Adam and Eve were in paradise, and clothed with glory and shining with praise for 3 hours. Now this paradise was situated on a high range of hills, and it was 30 spans according to the measurement of the Spirit, higher than all the high mountains, and it surrounded the whole earth. Now Moses the prophet said that Elohim planted paradise in Eden and placed Adam there.